Blue Coyote was an animal who had a knack for getting into trouble at the worst of times. In fact, he had a nose for it. When he went barging into Badger's door, he only ended up getting his nose bitten. And then there was the time he tried to get a flaming head of hair like a woodpecker, but all he got for his efforts was a head of fire. Then finally there was the time he tried to wake up Snake from his nap, and that ended in real trouble. It so happened one day that Coyote came to a place where the earth meets the sky. And there upon the mesa he saw a tribe of crows dancing and singing. He looked at them and said, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if I could fly like the crows? I could be the greatest coyote in the world." And so he climbed to the top of the mesa and asked the old man crow if he could join their flock. The old man crow tittered. He thought it was rather foolish for a coyote to learn how to fly, so he decided to have a bit more fun with him. "Yes, Mr. Coyote, you may in fact learn how to dance with us." "Oh, thank you, sir, but I want to learn how to fly too." "Well, maybe that can be arranged." And so Old Man Crow and his flock each took one feather from their left wing and plucked it into the arms of the coyote. The coyote didn't like that. The stinging sensation made him wince and they made his nose itch like crazy. Then finally the time came to dance. The crows lined up one by one preparing to take off, and they were rather graceful. But not Coyote. He sang off key and danced out of step like you wouldn't believe. And then finally, the time came for them to take off. The result was that the man was so off balance he would bank right one way and then left the other, and eventually he just fell straight down. And when sprawled flat on the ground, he shouted up to the sky, "Don't just leave me here!" And so the crows flew back down, and Old Man Crow said, "We must find a way to make sure he is balanced." This time Old Man Crow and his flock plucked one feather each from their right wings, and put them into the coyote once more. And they still made his nose itch, and they still made him wince. So they climbed up to the top of the mesa, and they started to dance once more. But the coyote wasn't doing it quite so well. He was still dancing out of step and still singing off key, and now he was becoming rude and boastful. The crows were not having fun anymore with this. When they took off again, they veered off towards the canyon, but Coyote was so bad at flying that he found himself lagging behind like you wouldn't believe. And so in his rude temper, he just shouted after them, "Carry me, you stupid crows!" And at that, the crows had enough. They flew around Coyote and took back all their feathers one by one. And Coyote fell straight down so fast that his tip of his tail caught fire. "Woo!" he howled. And as he fell into the mesa pool, he looked up to the sky to see the crows cackling and laughing at him again. So he ran after them in a rage, but he only ended up tripping over his tail and tumbling into the dirt. So he walked home that night, covered in dust from head to tail, and to this day that is still his color, and the tip of his tail is still bright black. He did not learn one thing from that incident. To this day, he still has a knack for finding trouble, and he still has a nose for it too. And that's that.
Very well done.
Thank you.